How are you defending Patrick Mahomes?
Phew. I think keeping him in the pocket as best as you can is one of the big things, just because he loves to improvise and do all that stuff. And then full-on effort, Kyle called it defensive line stamina is the key to the game.
You're playing unselfishly. Have you dealt with players being selfish at all this season?
No, not outwardly or anything like that. It's just the way you play the game. You have to play with the mindset that you're the only guy out there at times. It's something you have to rep. You don't just turn it on and off when you're a backside player and the play's 40 yards away from you. It's just human nature to slow down, or maybe it comes out of your vision for a second so you don't see it. You think 3 guys are over there. It's a mindset of just going and going and going and going and going, and that's what we need to do.
Now, I talked this week about he wanted everybody to get their affairs in order, basically family, travel, accommodations, all the stuff that goes with the Super Bowl. Is that all done for you? Or?
Yeah, I don't deal with that. My mother does.
What's the hardest part of dealing with Andy Reid offense with all the bells and whistles he'll throw you, motions and all the things that he'll do? How does that challenge you guys with the defense?
That's more of a back end type of question. But he's a great game planner. I'm sure he's going to have some wrinkles for us, and hopefully we could anticipate some of them and make the plays when we need to.
If you look at who he was when he got here a little bit over a year ago and how he is now, how have you seen his game change?
Who's that?
Mooney.
I don't know if his game has changed. I think he's been playing at a high level ever since he's gotten here, and he's a valuable piece, a Super Bowl winner, and somebody who knows how to get it done.
How does that help you when you have a Super Bowl winner like that on your defense?
Just experience, especially at corner where you're left on an island a lot, and just knowing your technique and what to do and how to cover guys.
From an emotional standpoint, what does it mean to face the same team you guys faced in 2019, same coach, same quarterback, even the same color uniforms from that day? What does that bring?
It's definitely going to bring some emotion that I'm trying to hold back until we get close. We still have a lot of time, so you don't want to burn out, but it's going to be an intense day.
Does anything stand out about Taylor and Smith when you watch them on film? Taylor's, I think, leads the NFL with a ton of penalties. Anything stand out when you watch them?
They hold a lot.
Nick, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead, Eric.
I just got stage fright. I'm sorry.
Forgot?
Okay, well,
I'll come after you.
sounds good. Nick, you talked about coming out with intensity and effort on every single snap. How do you ensure that you do that next Sunday for 4 full quarters and not just a portion of the game? This has kind of been the case the last couple of weeks.
I think it starts today. I think having 2 weeks is really good because you could kind of just ingrain things in your mind game plan wise this week, and then just pile on repetitions next week. But yeah, it's just having that mindset and knowing that if I'm going to give everything I've got, I got to be able to get out of the game, and the next guy has to be fresh and ready to do the same.
Okay, I've got it. Right, thank you. So we lost on Christmas, and there's been a lot of talk that kind of changed things. They've become much more balanced offensively. Would you say it's I don't know, from what they've shown from Christmas on, a dramatically different type of style offense that they're running than what you saw in the Super Bowl?
I don't know if I've watched it in sequence like that. I have watched that game. I watched the playoff game, but I don't know exactly how they changed.
You played much more recently last year. Christian McCaffrey's first game. Did you watch that game again? And that one was pretty one-sided. What do you remember about that one?
Definitely some things that I need to be ready for because they were definitely game planning me a little bit in that game. So some things that I need to be ready for Andy Reid to do, and just as a defense, we were playing good ball. It's just about playing 4 quarters. Some of the cuts and some of the chips and stuff I could be ready for. Sure.
Nick, do you remember the first time that Kyle asked you to speak to the team and what kind of emotions that generated in you? And have you literally spoken to the team every Saturday since then?
Yeah. I don't remember the first time, which is surprising, but I usually remember traumatic experiences. But I don't remember. But no, it's been good for me. I've kind of enjoyed dealing with the stress and kind of facing in something that I'm not used to.
Saw the video of you talking to Brock after the game, telling him how much you believed in him, how crazy it was that he was doing what he was doing. What were you feeling in that moment that made you say that stuff to him?
I don't know if I was feeling anything. I was happy we won.
You were so young. You were a rookie the last time you were in the Super Bowl. What have you learned? How did that experience shape you to what you are now? And how are you using whatever you learned for the younger guys?
It definitely, you learn a lot going through a long season in 19, and you don't understand it as much as a rookie, how hard it is to get there. But just how hard you have to play and how locked in you have to be for the entire 4 quarters if you actually want to win. And I learned that, and I'm going to just relay to the guys that there has to be a different level of effort, of intensity, of unselfishness that you have to get to for every single snap that you're in there.
Does that seem recent, or does that seem a million years ago because of COVID?
It seems like a pretty good amount of time ago, honestly. A lot has happened.
You were pretty adamant after that game that you weren't going to watch it. You didn't watch it. Have you indeed watched it or been forced to watch it this week?
Yeah, no, I've watched it. Yeah.
What kind of feelings did that bring up?
It's definitely just I start sweating a little bit. But it's fun to watch. I mean, that's a Super Bowl defense right there, and we got to take a page out of that if we want to go win it.
Were you held on the Wasp play?
On which one?
On the 3rd and 15?
I don't think they had the back view, but yeah, I'm sure. It's Eric Fisher.
Do you think that this defense is playing to the level of that 2019 defense in the Super Bowl?
Say
Do you think that your current defense has been playing to that intensity level that the 2019 unit was playing in that game?
I think we are, just not as consistently as we need to be.
What makes the Chiefs' rushing attack tough to stop?
Their running back runs really hard, and then all the other threats that Mahomes and everybody else create kind of open it up because you're not expecting as much of a run-heavy game. And but yeah, they have a really good O-line, and I think Pacheco has kind of revamped their run game.
Nick, after a loss in the Super Bowl, how long did it take to kind of get past it to where it felt fine, or have you gotten to that point yet?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly, but I remember thinking a lot about it in Fort Lauderdale when we weren't allowed to do much of anything.
Nick, you come across as soft-spoken and kind of easygoing, but who in your guys' D-line room holds guys accountable to the kind of speed and effort and energy you want to see every game?
I think Chris starts there and Tap, and definitely me and Eric. We try to create a standard over the years that that effort is what we do best, and we definitely need to keep that up.